Welcome everybody. My name is Callum Brazzo. I'm a performance poet as advertised. Quick disclaimer, I do ramble. Timing is not my thing, so I will do my absolute best. There are some things I think need to be said. For example, this is my book you heard from Autistic Empire earlier in the event. It's on their website. If you go to their website, this is my poetry. None of these poems, I believe, are in the book, and that's because I wanted to perform some new material. I've kept all this stuff kind of almost hidden in a way, and it's nice to have this event to share these pieces with you. I'm going to take you on a journey of pride because I don't think pride is one person's journey. For example, if you don't have the right support system, whether it's the online community or someone in your life that kind of helps you feel positive about the autistic identity, it's easy to become self-hating and you take that out on others, the system that's wronged you, people have wronged you, you feel different. So yeah, that's one thing I wanted to say. The other thing is that I am an artist in my spare time. And this is a painting. So I get mixed up in the arts here. A painting called Infinity War. It represents the struggle of becoming autistic. The infinity symbol is very much about the autistic community, a very positive symbol. It's got some blue sprinkled in there as well to represent the fight with people that want to cure us, and those kinds of things, those kinds of narratives. You can see it's on Instagram. On Instagram, you can see the painting up close there. I did warn you, I do ramble. My hair is also supposed to be teal, which is greenish blue. It might look more blue to you. That's not me representing Autism Speaks. As far as Autism Speaks goes, they may as well be silenced. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we're about. It's just a cool hairstyle. And yeah, this hoodie is I Don't Need a Cure by someone on Redbubble, an autistic creator on Redbubble. Please support autistic artists, autistic creators, and the like. Right. Without further ado, let's get to the poetry. This is Untitled. Maybe you guys can help me think of the title for it. But it goes like this. Thumbs twiddling, activities once riveting, run trickling down the drain, dry atmosphere, brains inactive, steer into the middle of the road as captive deer. Dead cells, on a quest for our best self, but left helpless in the undercurrent of the flow as we hunt for substance, buoyancy in the repetition. When there isn't much to do or say, the fat gets chewed away, so all that remains is nothing new today. That piece can be best described as a little my thoughts on stimming, and if you take that away, stimming is a very natural part of being autistic. And you know, when you take away the autistic person, what do you have left? As I say, there's a journey I'm going to take you through here, and I said earlier that pride is not one person's journey, and one person that helped me be proud of myself is my father, who encouraged me to put pen to paper and express my pain, my desires, and everything that I am on paper. And so this is a note to him. It's called Parallels. I was so alone. Grandad's car and your love-mad heart were homes from home. The physical kind. Because houses are empty vessels without the human spirit inside. No ghost of Lillian Cross, but a poignant narrative was in my innocence lost. That's how it is with depression. You can't bust the bubble. Well, it's popped now, and I can see how much you must have struggled. Several school visits and psychologists, the psychologist's motionless misery. Diagnosis would be a signpost to disinhibit me. Lyrically, I was already letting loose, but whilst you were nurturing me, who was protecting you? Stress induced from being a single parent, seeing their son, grieving for a fleeing mum, perceiving a way out without my self-belief in one. Thank you. I may or may not have already mentioned that all of this stuff is stuff I've not really shared before publicly. I wanted to use this event to as a platform to share this stuff that means a lot to me. Some of it's unfinished, some of it is, I'm known for just putting poems in my pockets and they're all scribbled up and such. So a bit of a mess, but it's all part of my journey. And I think it's important in that poem specifically to realise that, and this came with time because, like I say, I wasn't aware of other people in my life that must have gone through some stuff as well. Parents, parents have a journey as well. I don't believe that parents should be mourning their child that they wanted. I think that's the wrong way to go about things. I think you need to take ownership of the child you have and the qualities they possess if you bring it out in them, rather than, oh no, they're not like I imagined, so they're less than, and all this stuff. So yeah, that was my thought. They were my thoughts on parallels. This next one is dedicated to my partner. It's called Autistic Alliance. A little bit of how we met. Here we go again, never perform this live, so here we go. Never thought I'd grow to know someone so special, sexually and socially introvert or no megal. Who invented the skip? Maybe you did. Because the truth is that it was a route with many barriers to connect to your true self, a trust process, and sometimes you have to go through hell to find heaven. And I'm no angel, but I hope I've helped you in your expression of the woman you want to be. Fuck what they got to see. You're John Cena, hand to the face waving. Their words mean nothing, but what you have to say is important. You have a voice. A right to love, to live, to enjoy the future. So you thought this boy would suit you just fine. Far removed from the computer, but our connection and love's mine. To cherish, nurture. How did I get to reserve a place in your heart? Rise like a phoenix from their ashes, kick asses, and keep blazing the path. Thank you. So this one, as I may or may not have mentioned this already, but if you support me by buying this book on Autistic Empire, you'll be supporting my autistic adult peer support group called Autistic Led, and this is about, I guess, me finding myself, but also other people. Late diagnosed people might have a different journey to those that are diagnosed early in childhood, different experiences. So this kind of reflects that contrast of things. Neither here nor there. How much I share and how much I keep in my own bubble, I juggle heaps of human emotions, simultaneously shy about peeking above the parapet. Haven't expressed all my talents yet in lone endeavours. I've been known to treasure moments of my design for a quiet mind, but I'm aligned with the tribal strife to a degree that I'm not sure if I can be free again. Locate the keys to the chains that lock me in. Neurological links, I've got to think about where I want to be, what I want to do. Decision comes to me like a mountain echo responds to you. Bouncing back, amplified, but gets you nowhere. That's why I'm neither here nor there. Maybe I had the brain of a performer. Putting on the act, I can be everything for everyone, devoid of delegation, ended up painted in a corner. And they still don't see the big picture. All of this, simplified, is that I am just another autistic guy wanting a bond with his tribe. For so long I've been lost in binds I can't break from as I move with the shifting tides of ownership over my passion project. It is my life. The ripples of our movements are not local but international, because historically autistic talent floating to the top is a shallow pool. So I must plunge into depths to bring to the surface the qualities we possess and emerge with glorious golden glow. The stories told in Vogue are seldom by us. Welcome to my love-hate relationship. On this conundrum I dwell, stuck in a place of isolation which comes down to developing the tribe and myself. Thank you. This next one is called Cargo, and it's about not harnessing negative emotions, like I said before, about the system that might have wronged you, even though it may have jolly well wronged you. I think, generationally speaking, we have to move beyond that for everyone's sake. So this is called Cargo. What do you take with you? What do you leave behind? What do you leave behind? What do you take with you? Baggage is what many may call it, but there is stigma attached with that term. Experiences are universal, but it's about what you have learned from the moments or work to erode them. Avert the implosion and see where you stand. Address the butterfly you're clutching tight and release from your hand. It's gonna glide if you let it, or maybe wait for another time when you can internalize the wreckage. What do you take with you? What do you leave behind? Some of the weight you bear may be too great to share, so that your brain repairs because it takes you there to the place of where the memories all flicker, but you can break the stare of hypnosis, dispose with the state of affairs that makes you compare and be a bigger person. Lift the curtain, the stage is set, no frills and falsehood in your wardrobe. Let your authentic form flow, and let the sound of sincere applause know that the rain before the sun has enabled your growth. What do you take with you? What do you leave behind? What do you leave behind? What do you take with you? Thank you very much. Now, we're not just talking about autistic people here, we're talking about the collective journey of how we come to feel proud, how we come to feel pride in who we are as people. And some people have the best intentions, but they engage in something called ABA, which is Applied Behavioural Analysis, and or in the autistic community, I like to call it dog training. It's essentially dog training for humans. Right, ridiculous, right? But here we go. This is called dog training. Camouflage, control, not my nature to switch. Man's best friend? Nah, you wanna make me your bitch. Indistinguishable from my peers, let me show you the faults in your ideas. Taught in your schools, but the sacrifice is quite clear, cause whilst you've been searching for acceptable, I have always been right here. Camouflage, control, not my nature to switch. Man's best friend? Nah, you wanna make me your bitch. Compliance at the core of entrapment, retrain and restrain our forceful adaptions, conforming our brains is the source of ransom, and then you're afraid when you cause this reaction? Cease endorsing the shaming and gormless harassment that spawns generations of tormented madness. Camouflage controlled on my nature to switch. Man's best friend, nah, you wanna make me your bitch. Quiet hands, woof woof, quiet hands, woof woof. Won't piss, won't shit unless you permit. You want quiet hands, woof woof, quiet hands, woof woof. Won't piss, won't shit unless you permit. You want quiet hands? Camouflage controlled not my nature to switch. Man's best friend, nah, you wanna make me your bitch. So I think you can understand that this is taking quite a serious turn, and it doesn't stop here. But we're delving a bit into fantasy now, that may in the near future, who knows, become reality. Didn't even mean that to rhyme. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Boom. But this is called Embryo, and it's about the potential, not that anyone in the autistic community wants it, but other people may want this, to determine through biomarkers, as a baby, if someone was autistic, people wouldn't want that. This is about that situation. Okay, so this is Embryo. Identity deleting, autism-friendly screening, stop the show. The cast stand firm on their markers, no protagonist. Intervention as soon as they have a risk. Going off script, and the plan is ripped up and thrown in the bin of wasted narrative. Identity deleting, autism-friendly screening, stop the show. Pick your pills in this matrix. Character killed, medicated, biasly billed as the safest option. A problem, reject instillment of hatred. Identity deleting, autism friendly screening, stop the show. Directing the shots, the actors are set. All dangers removed with lifelessly clad bodies. Inevitably, this cult film gets a following, but attempting a neurological remake and bad copies are all that you'll manage to get. Identity deleting, autism friendly screening, stop the show. Thank you. This is called I probably should breathe a bit more. I've got so much to say on each of these issues, but I'm trying to just be to the point, which, as I said at the start, is not really my thing. I'm doing my best. This is called Dialogue. Rob. I have a poem I wrote. Do you want to read it? Of course not. You'd rather be obsolete with your eyes down. Drives my mind round the bend. We live in our own worlds and rarely get out of them. To talk to people on the bus, just one example, we only conjure up the courage when they're bummed on a bar stool. I'm losing my marbles. Won't converse from a fear that strangers are harmful, but they aren't all bad, because how did we make friendships? People take offence at politically incorrect, unintentionally meant slips of the tongue. But how can we be equipped to overcome without dialogue to ensure all are comprehended? I'm not saying we blend into the majority's norms, but I'm saying we shouldn't abhorrently scorn for a blip on the radar. Equality is mourned by the misdiagnoses, mistreated, representing a plight. But too much passion, time and energy has been spent on this fight when we should be forging a bridge between us. I think enough is enough. Generationally deep ruts, so before we're eternally stuck, we need love, so the chips on our shoulders can be budged. Thank you. And perhaps finally, this poem, again untitled, we shall call it Free. I know what it's like to be stigmatized by society, in dire need. Life was seized by a frightful mind, too shy to speak. To hell and back took the ride. Now I'm flying towards the sky, new heights to reach. Minds released from those dark times, so I spark rhymes to light the streets for my tribe stampede. Unified we speak. To the marginalised, strive for peace, so one day in your life like me you can say, I am free. Thank you very much. Love and solidarity. Oh, I have one more thing to add. It's a little chant that I made up. Even that rhymed. Didn't even mean that to rhyme, and it did. To finish, um, I don't know if this can be taken further, but I've got a little. I don't really sing, but here's a little back and forth. And it goes something like this. No strugglers, no strugglers left behind. No strugglers, no strugglers left behind. No strugglers, no strugglers left behind. Your struggle is mine. No strugglers, no strugglers left behind. No strugglers, no strugglers left behind. No strugglers, no strugglers left behind. Your struggle is mine. The future is gold. Light it up, light it up. The future is gold. Light it up, light it up. The future is gold. Light it up, light it up. The future is gold. Light it up, light it up. Thank you very much.